Hey, Jeff here, your YouTube reviewer of New England brews. Welcome back to NEBR, New England Beer Reviews. Goldenrod. If you look over my shoulder and look close enough, you might be able to see this goldenrod. That time of year, it's August, and it's the last real flower slash weed of the summer around here, which means fall is on its way. I'm also about 1 year into home ownership. I bought my house just about a year ago on the day I'm recording this. And when I bought the house last year, I bought myself a beer to celebrate, which I would open on the first anniversary. This is from Birch. This is Birch Apprentice series. This is their Svetlana Oak Wild Stout. Actually, it's the Oak Aged Wild Stout. Birch Brewery of Hooksett, New Hampshire, puts out some very interesting beers that have usually have a Belgian influence going on. And as usual, Birch likes to put right on the label for people like me who really like to know about their beer, what to expect. So, this was bottled August of 2011, but this was after it had been sitting for about a year. So technically this beer is 2 years old. This is from batch number 1. This is bottle number 168 out of 312. The ABV, or alcohol by volume, is 10.6% ABV. And this is from their Apprentice series. The apprentice who brewed this is Mike Bulleris. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, but there is a bit of a description on the side of the bottle, which I'll read off. It says here, Mike Bulleris was our second apprentice brewer. For his professional debut, he brewed Natasha, which I actually had. It was a Russian imperial stout aged on oak chips. He also brewed a second batch that we call Svetlana. And after a year of cabin fever, she is ready for her public debut, rich, full-bodied, and wild. So that means this was actually brewed in August or thereabouts of 2010. So, cork bottle with the cage. I'm going to take the cap off and give it a whirl. So, see how that goes. Cage is coming off actually pretty easily. We'll see how the cork does. Usually these caged cork bottles can sometimes be a little of a challenge for me. Okay, it's supposed to be served between 50 and 55 degrees, which I'm guessing it's in that ballpark. Let's see. Let's see if I can get the cap to go. That's coming slowly but surely. Oh, almost there. All right. Okay, any second now. There she goes, across the yard. All right, let's give it a pour into the glass. There's a lot of aroma coming off that bottle, so let's see what it's like when I get it into a small glass. Very interesting color here. Okay, very interesting color. Let's see if I put it up here. You might be able to see it still. Well, can't quite reach. Put it next to me here. What a fascinating looking color. Definitely brown. Sort of a dark brown. And it's got a bit of a head going on. It's dark brown to almost black. But the brown is really dark brown. About the color of, about the color of a cookie or something like that. Check out the aroma. Now these are wild. It's a wild stout. So I think they're using wild yeast in this. And I'm getting a bit of a sour character right off the bat. That's the first thing I get, is a sour character, but it's almost immediately followed by some of the standard stout characters you get, like chocolate malts, maybe a little bit of ash, but the sour character is actually kind of a bolder sour character. Just the slightest hint of cherry or a dark fruit. Kind of just a very interesting aroma. I'm anxious to see how this is after it's been sitting essentially for 2 years. Check out the taste. Well, right off the bat, there's a kind of a nice acidity going on here on the tongue. for the character for the body. Body is medium to bold. It figures as I start recording this review, someone next door has decided to use their weed whacker, but that's the way it is in outdoor life, right? Anyway, a medium to bold character, slightly acidic, not in a bad way, but slightly acidic. So I wouldn't call it smooth and creamy in that regard. It's got this more acidic character going on. Now, where there was a nice sour aroma when I first opened the bottle, it's not quite as sour in the taste. The taste is coming on with some nice dark malts, nice chocolate. Tart. There's a good little tart character going on here. I did note a cherry aroma, so the tart might be coming off that cherry, sort of that cherry tartness going on. And the yeast is blending it all together well. Ah, yes. There's also a nice sweetness here. Sweet and sour. Very interesting beer. Incredibly interesting beer. Now, it says aged in oak barrels, right? Oak aged. Not sure if I'm getting much of a wooden character, you know, that you sometimes get with the barrels, at least that I get. And but it's definitely got a very nice character here. It's got it still has this sort of acidic characteristic. The sour and cherry bit that was noticed at the beginning and on the nose seems to be mellowing downward in favor of more of a tart, dark malt character that's coming in as well. Moderate bitterness, so a lingering bitterness, and I think that's all due to the sour and tart characteristics that are merging in the whole flavor here. But definitely a fascinating beer, and one I'm actually kind of glad I waited this long to try. I'm wondering if the age has helped mellow it out a bit to give it a nicer character, but it's definitely a nice little beer, and I don't think you can get it anymore. I think if you didn't buy it in 2011 when they put it out, I'm not sure if you're going to get it again at all, so this is also very unique. But unfiltered, of course, and from White Birch Brewery of New Hampshire. So I'm going to give this one a nice thumbs up. It's a really nice beer. A good way to kind of wind down the summer and to celebrate my first anniversary in my house. So that's it for today. That's the White Birch Apprentice Series Svetlana. Thanks for stopping by. I'll catch you again next time.